Good morning, everyone. Good morning, good morning. As always, I want everyone to have an amazing day. I don't know why I always pause sometimes at that moment, like what I'm going to say, and I say the same thing. I do it, but it is what it is. I hope everyone have an amazing day. 3 things I am thankful for. Fish. What else? Corals, which is fish, but different things. It was a reef, something like that. And I'm looking at what is it he called? The YouTube meditating, like as these little videos, and right now I'm watching like an aquarium. So aquariums, I guess one thought like that. Yeah, so I turn these videos on sometimes where I'm either watching season changes. So it's like, how can I say, it's like the sleep music or meditative music. I literally keep it on 24/7. Literally just about 24/7. I have it in the background. Excuse me. If you hear that noise, it's a bird outside. I have my window open. I was gonna go walking, but it's raining, and so I'm just sitting back and enjoying that. So I have the window open so I can feel the breeze and hear the rain at the same time while I'm actually watching this aquarium. But yeah, I sit back, I do that. So I put like that on. What else? I look at flowers. Excuse me. I look at the flowers where they have the transitions of the different type of flowers, trees, the different type of seasonings. Not seasonings. Seasons. Like where it's like, what is it? Like vacation spot. Sometimes it's like when it's cold outside. I'm gonna say this is the weirdest thing about me. Whenever I'm hot in the room, I turn on a winter video, and out of nowhere I start feeling cool. And when y'all know how like they got the fireplace ones, do you know when I watch that, it feel like I'm getting hot. It's literally like that. It's like, how the heck that be going on? But that's kind of how it is. So I put that like cabin vibe on sometimes when it gets real cold, and then sometimes I just like listening to the snowfalls and stuff like that. This like gonna be a random message. I really don't have that much to really talk about, but just bringing a smile in. You understand? I hope everyone is having an amazing day. My main thing is, as always, find something to keep you happy and smiling, even in the midst of a storm. You understand me? Find something to keep you vibing and relaxing and calm, cool, collective. You understand? Which is crazy. So I'm shifting gears or whatnot. You know how I do. My son this morning, he was watching YouTube videos, and it was the capybara. The ones that know what that is. Excuse me, if you don't know what it is, it looked like a big, I'm calling it like a big rat. It does. It's like between a rat and a beaver. That's what it looked like, minus the tail. That's what it looked like. But it's one of the most calmest animals out there. That's his favorite. And it made me think about what was my favorite when I was a kid. My favorite was a koala bear, which is weird. I feel like I look like one right now. It's so weird how I don't know if y'all noticed, but my face be changing up like crazy. Like yesterday I did a video. Okay, yes, right now it sounds like I got ADHD. It is what it is. But yesterday when I did a video, when I was outside, I was looking at my face. I said, dang, I look like an old woman. But yeah, my face we keep changing up. But yeah, koala bears is my favorite. Well, at that time, I wouldn't say like I have a full favorite now. I just love, like everything for the most part. But it made me think about like animals and stuff like that, where for my animal lovers, like you had like different farms and different things where you know love your animals and you're taking care of them and stuff. And it made me think about people in general. Like a lot of times we actually interpret those animals more than we think. We not interpret. I guess that's the way you can say it. But we can tend to act like them more than you think. And I think I talked about this before, but it's like, in a way, it's like the world is like a big zoo. It's just a bunch of different animals and different things and stuff. And I wonder, I never talked about this topic in this point, but if you could be any animal or insect or mammal, however, what would it be? What do you feel like, based off your personality, what animal do you feel like you resonate with? What animal do you feel like you resonate with? I still feel like I had a koala type energy. I'm gonna call it what it is. Some days I got that panther energy. Some days I have that. I'm hearing sloth. I feel like my energy wise, sometimes I move slow through different things. I feel like I transition to different animals in the world. Sometimes I feel like a butterfly. Different things. Like, what is it like you feel like you resonate with? What animal do you feel like you resonate with? I know a lot of people be like, I don't know. That's just what personality do you come off as? And then look that animal up and look at the meaning behind it. Because sometimes we may not understand life as this form, as human form, and some people are animal lovers, and maybe you might can resonate to figure yourself out through that form. You know, some people are fish, some people are crabs. You understand? Some people are dogs, some people are cats. Excuse me. Some people are chameleons, some people are snakes. Some people are tigers, some people are bears. What is it? Some people are roaches, some people are stink bugs. You understand? Some people are whales. You understand? What animal? Some people are birds. Some people are, crows. What animal do you feel? Excuse me. And it could be multiple. What animals you feel like you resonate with? Some people could be a cow. Some people could be a horse. What energy do you feel like you put off? You give out in the world, because that can help you to understand yourself and figure out, are you a predator or prey, which I talked about that before. Are you primary a prey? Are you primary a predator? Are you a type that just relax and calm, cool, collective? Are you someone that's always on edge? Are you one of those types of people that sneak attack? Are you a type of person that just don't care? You just jump like a hyena. You just jump on things. Now, I would say like hyena, not the evil side of it, but I laugh a lot. So I have to laugh. That's another thing. How many of y'all, when y'all laugh, what animal do you think you sound like when you laugh? When you talk, what animal do you sound like? Because some of y'all sound like some birds. Some of y'all sound like, some lions with those deep voices. Like, we are a mixture of so many different things. Like, you are your own animal kingdom within yourself. So if you was a zoo and people was coming to watch you, what animals do you feel like would be in your zoo? What animals would be in your zoo? You understand? Because that's our personalities. You understand? What we eat make a difference, because like the animals, what you eat, they don't mean just as... Hold on a second, my door popped open. So it's like the food you eat make a difference, because some people eat only vegetables, some people eat only fish, some people eat meat, some people eat a little bit of everything. It's like, it's so many ways to figure yourself out in this process. So you know how to categorize your personality, the way you are, what you need to intake, what type of people that you feel like is watching you based off the type of zoo you are, the type of people. You have to ask yourself, are you a actual zoo where you're like closed in? Are you like a landscape, like free form, where everybody, like, you know how like in countries the animals run free? Do you feel like you free, or do you feel like your animals or insects or whatever is closed in? So you have to figure that out. You know, right now, like I said, it's a storm going on. You got to ask yourself, as those animals, insects, or whatever you are, reptiles, mammals, you know, amphibians, all of that, you have to ask yourself, how can you protect yourself in the midst of a storm? How do you know how to protect those animals? How do you know how to make sure? Do you feel like that you're strong enough where you can allow them to be free? Your energy to be free, where you can just do what you need to do and know that you're going to be okay no matter what comes around you? Or do you feel like you have to be closed off, where you're scared to be free and you holding all that energy in? Because you have to realize, even animals in a zoo get tired of being locked in. They get tired of being stuck in the same room. They get tired of being stuck in the same environment. So you have to ask yourself, how can you transition your animals to make sure that each room they're in is cleaned out, make sure there's no smells, and make sure that they're not just stepping on dirt, feces and stuff. You have to make sure that the windows are clean so the animals can still see through if they need. You need to provide them the right water, the right food. You have to make sure that when people come by, that they not tainting tapping on the windows. You need to make sure that nothing cracks. You need to make sure that if someone comes around and provide food to your animals, that they don't get sick off of it. Excuse me. That's the way it is. So when it comes to your life, that's how you have to be. You have to realize, whenever you are, let's say, I'm gonna call the first one out a snake, right? Not all snakes are bad snakes. Some snakes are just protecting their area, and then some snakes are ready to fight. You understand? Some snakes just don't care, and some snakes don't. So it's like, if you're a snake and you stuck in a confinement, how do you know when you need to respond to something not? Because sometimes, if y'all know with snakes, if you keep tapping on that glass, eventually they're going to snap on you. You understand? Because some of them are minding their business. And you understand that sometimes the ones that look all pretty and everything can be the most poisonous ones. And the ones that look can be the undercover. And then the ones that look basic could be the most poisonous. It's different things. And no, I'm not talking about myself or giving subliminals. I'm just saying in general. If I'm going to tell you I'm a snake, I'm a snake. There's times I can be a snake, but I choose not to be. Okay, I just know the mindset of a snake. Because when you're around a lot of animals, you pay attention to their habitat. And then you know how to feed them. Oh, I need to start with this smile thing. There's not no dig to anyone. I'm just saying in general. I pay attention to details. And this is how, if y'all haven't caught on, I figured out ways how to understand the world in so many different ways and forms and fashions. And I pay more attention than I thought I did. Like, I pay attention to details and stuff. And I realized that what we watch, what we do, make a difference. You understand? So, like I say, I sit here and watch these little videos, and I just sit here and watch the animals. Sometimes I don't listen to nothing. I just sit here and pay attention to how they all are. Like right now, I'm looking at the Nemo looking fish right now. They look like Nemos, a bunch of Nemos. And I just sit there and watch. That's it. I just sit here and watch. Like if I'm in like a museum or something, or however y'all call aquarium, I just sit here and watch how they operate. I know, right? Weird. I know. Just and that's all I do. So a lot of times, sometimes I just sit there. I even put on the animal networks and stuff. Now I used to do that when I was little, but now sometimes I just sit here and watch how the animals are, like the tigers, the bears and stuff, and I just sit here and stare at them and watch how they operate and what they do, how they survive and all of that. And then I go out in the world and I watch them in the world. Y'all, that's it. That's all I do, y'all. That's it. If you want to understand something, gotta go to the home base. So that's why I do, sit here and watch fish and stuff. I watch the jellyfish. I watch all of this stuff and just look at how they either work together as a group or apart. And I just watch it. I just enjoy it and just pay attention. And you know what's so crazy? So when I watch this, I notice how, like, sometimes you know how, like, people feed the animals and you see how they all run up, and then you notice which ones get to the food before the rest of them. And you notice how, like, the runt in the group sometimes is the one that's always to the side, but you find out the runt in the group end up being the biggest one at the end because they learn how to survive on their own for so long. Yeah, you pay attention to a lot of that stuff. It's like the one that's always left behind end up becoming the biggest one of all, because all they ever know how to do is survive. Everybody else got stuff fed to them easily, and the runt always the one that had to fight for what they want. And you start paying attention and you start noticing that the runt has to learn how to go out and find other sources and find other ways to survive. Pay attention. It's always that one, you understand? And you just sit back and you just watch. So it's one of those things when you look at yourself somewhere in your zoo or your kingdom or your museum or whatever you want to be, there's a runt somewhere. Okay? There's a runt. Okay? For the ones that know what a runt is normally the smallest one in the group. So we're going to look at puppies. It's the smallest puppy in the group. It's the smallest one. It's the one that didn't get as much nutrition as the rest of them. But if you notice, I'm thinking of a litter. That's cats. I think cats is litter. But still, cats, dog, however you want to call it. But you know, like when a dog have puppies, 9 times out of 10, they might have a minimum of 2, and they can go up to like 9 or something like that, right? And when y'all look at life, picture yourself as all those puppies. But there's one part of you is a runt trying to survive. So you have to figure out which emotion, which part of your life you're trying to survive in. Because the part that you're trying to survive in is going to be your strongest suit, your strongest animal. Because that animal is going to teach you how to be able to become stronger than the rest of the puppies, which is the rest of your personalities. And it's going to teach you how to survive so you can teach the other parts of you that know how to go after to receive things easily. It's going to teach those other parts of you how to manage themselves on their own. And what I'm trying to say is this. At a zoo, at an aquarium, wherever, you always have someone that has to feed the animals. But if you notice at these places, put it like this. Let's change it up a little bit. Think of a fish pond. When the person that is taking care of the fish pond, when the person throw the food out, do the person sit back and put the food in each fish mouth? Just throw the food out. No different. And if you got an aquarium or whatever, a fish bowl, what you do? You just sprinkle, and then whoever gets it, right? Gets it. Do you sit back and see the fish sitting back and telling the other ones, all right, now we're gonna take turns? No, because each fish know it has to survive on its own, even though they are family. Right? Right. Does that mean that you have to be mean to the other fish? No. You're just doing what you have to do to survive. So what I'm basically trying to say is this. In all zoos, there's always an animal that has to fight for what they want. but they don't have to be hateful to the rest to show that they can be as strong as the rest of them. Just because that one been through a lot doesn't mean that it can't get through better times, can't get to a better point in life. So what I'm trying to say is this. I don't care if you was a child in school, if you're an adult, whatever. In this world, you have to do what you have to do to survive. However, when you're around a bunch of other people that go and take up all the food, what will you do after that? How will you survive? Even if all the food is gone, how will you survive? Would you try to, how can I say, will you become just like everyone else, or you'll find a better way to be able to get through? Will you find another way to be able to handle yourself? So, okay, let me explain it differently, because I can feel the confusion even with me saying this. Give me a second, y'all. Whatever you feel like you're lacking, whatever you feel like you're not getting enough of food off of, always remember everything happens in due timing. And if you're paying attention to the timing, then you always know how to get ahead. You know what's so crazy? Right now, I feel like I'm having the same conversation over again, but I'm using it differently. Give me a second, y'all. It's not the energy I want to go in. I'm about to switch this energy up, because I'm like, ugh. Well, I'm going to just say it like this. At the end of the day, you a zoo, so don't get mad when we clown you. That didn't work either. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm trying. I know, I'm goofy. It is what it is. I don't know, like, I was going somewhere, and I felt like it was like a lecture moment, and I don't feel like going down that route. Like, in my head, it's like chill. Like, it's raining outside. Can we relax today? And it's like that's how my brain is operating right now. It's like, how I tell y'all, it irks my nerve that everything that I say end up being some spiritual type stuff. And sometimes I just want to just say food and call it a day and be done with it. I don't know what else to say, but maybe that's the problem. I'm hungry. Maybe that's what it is. I don't want to eat nobody. It's just, maybe I'm just hungry. I just want some food. I've been eating the same stuff over and over again. And I'm tired, y'all. I'm tired. I need something else to eat. Give me a second. If y'all never knew what ADHD looked like, this is it. It's like okay, I'm trying to stay on topic, but I'm drifting. Give me a second, y'all. Dang. point? Where was I going at? Because this wasn't it. Like, we came up here to be positive and happy, but I feel like, what the heck is this? What's going on? Okay, that's what's going on. Okay. There's some people that's feeling low right now, and I'm feeling y'all energy. Y'all make me go down with y'all, but I gotta pull my behind up. Okay, I feel okay. That let's get to it. What is the energy I'm feeling? Because if I kept shifting, and each time I shift, I came lower and lower, even though I'm trying to be higher. So what's going on here? What am I feeling? I'm not in this timeline. Am I in this time? Nope, I'm in a different timeline. What timeline am I in? It feels sadness and confusion. I don't know what to tell y'all. Why is there sadness and confusion? You want respect, but you're not getting it. Who's not getting respect? Who is we? We the people is scared. Hold on. Which energy am I in? Are y'all on dumb time? Man, excuse me. Forget you. I went to another dimension. I'm gonna stay away. These other people want my attention and I can't give it to them. Somebody said, how you do that? How I do what? Jump in timelines. Okay, I can talk about that. So, I'm still here. However, my energy can jump timelines. So I can feel different things at one time. Like, one word can jump me to like 98. Another word can jump me to 2008. Another one can jump me to 2019. It's something like that. That's how I jump timelines. Like, spiritually, I'm 1,000 years ahead of y'all. Okay, like I'm literally 1,000 years ahead of y'all, and it's frustrating because I'm at that point right now where I feel alone. And it's like I'm connected to y'all, but I'm not connected to y'all anymore. So where I'm at spiritually, everyone is technically me at the moment, because y'all spirits haven't caught up to that timeline yet, and I'm adjusting things. So I feel alone right now because I'm by myself waiting for y'all to catch up to that timeline. But right now it's 2025. But spiritually, my spirit is far ahead. As I told y'all before, so right now I'm 38. Per the paperwork, I'm 38. But y'all don't know that how can I say it? This universe is over 1 billion years old. But it only been 38 years for me. That part. It's only been 38 years. It's only been 38 years. I think I talked about it. It's only been 38 years for me because of my energy. So I've been living all y'all timelines, but it only been 38 years. For y'all, it's way more. It's feeling like everything has slowed down. Remember I told you that sloth? So in y'all head, everything has slowed down so you can go through day by day by day. But technically, everything has happened, 38 years. That's all it been for me. Spiritually, only 38 years. From the day that I was created to this point, 38 years. Yep. 11, 2, day and night. 38 years. So the way I saw it earlier, it's like y'all going like this. I'm going like this. But the way y'all was taught, it was like that. But technically I'm going like this. So one part of me came like this, the other part of me is going like that. but it's like this, like a storm funnel. That's all it's been. So all these people, yeah, I'm gonna always be honest. All these people that my spirit was, technically in one sense, they was all in different timelines, but y'all got to see everything together. But yeah, so I'm learning a lot, y'all. I'm learning a lot. It's crazy. It's a lot of stuff I still don't know. So technically, this is how my memory, because I know a lot of y'all trying to figure out, like, how you figuring this stuff out? Because I'm so far ahead, all of y'all in the world represent me. The good parts. The good parts of me. If you, the ones that had good spirits, y'all represent me. All of y'all my memory book. Y'all represent all the lives I lived on this earth. Every single one of y'all. Whoever, like, it's basically the good person and the bad person somewhere. So that's how I know what's going on, because every single one of y'all represent a life that I lived before. But everything is compact like that. That's all it is. The struggles and trials and tribulations that I went through over lifetimes. Each one of y'all played a part. Y'all showing a part in it, put like that. Every single one of y'all. That's why that's how I'm remembering myself. That's how I'm remembering things. Like, there's a person out here that actually got my real name. I just don't know what that is just yet. And I'm talking about, like, in this form. Because missing identity, stolen identity and stuff. But it's a lot of the stuff. A lot of y'all living my lives. It's really like that. Everybody that got to, because, so this is the thing. And I think I talked about this. Yeah, everyone is living my life, a part of my life. So if you, I don't care what you got going on in your life, body-wise, wherever, at some point in this process, I went through all of that. But every time has slowed down for y'all, but everything is happening all at the same time for me. But it is what it is. So everybody got an opportunity to step in my shoes, some form, some fashion. And that's the only reason why I've been able to talk to y'all. Like, I know what it feels like not to have certain body parts. I know what it feels like to go through different diseases and stuff. I know what it feels like to lose kids. I know what it feels like to, go through all these different things. At some point in life, in history, I went through stuff. Somebody said, how did I figure it out? As I told y'all before, in this round, in this year, well, 4 years ago, 5 years ago, I just got tired. I got tired of feeling like I was in a facade. So I said, you know what? I'm going to just go against the grain. Forget what people think about me and feel about me. And I'm going to just be me publicly. That's it. Can't be shy about it anymore. I had to be me publicly. And I had to open up and allow myself to be vulnerable and not be afraid that if I had to fight for to be me, I had to fight to be me. Didn't mean I had to touch somebody, but that's the thing. And the only way that I was able to survive is by paying attention to the animal kingdom. That's it. That's all. Animals, that's all animals, all insects and all of that. That's how I was able to figure it out. I tied the two together. That's how I was able to understand the difference and climb out of this situation. That's how I can handle the storms. Because how many animals have to stay outside in the storm, but they still eat? How many animals where it flood? Have y'all ever thought about that? Have y'all ever thought about that? When it's a flood, where do the animals go? You don't hear them complaining. What about when the fishes, when the water goes out of the ponds in the lake? What about when the horses are out in the wild, or the elephants, or the lions, and all of them? Do y'all ever think about when there's storms around them, where they go at? They're in it. What about the cows? They're in it. The birds, they're in it. The bugs, they're in it. They figure it out. How many of them, when you go outside and you look, you have little like bugs and stuff underneath the porch and stuff, because they learn how to find shelter. They figure it out. They try not to invade in other people's privacy, but sometimes you got to find a safe place. I feel like that's what helped me to survive. Excuse me. I couldn't pay attention to how people done it. Everybody complain. It's like, all they do is complain. Everybody just complain. But how come the animals still get up every single day, waiting for somebody to feed them, waiting for somebody to do this? But the ones that's in the wild, they figure it out. How many times, let's go back to like Africa and all these other places. How many times when it gets super hot outside, they can't figure out food? What they do, they go find something somewhere else. And don't get me wrong, some of them starve. But some of them keep moving. Ask yourself. Now, the other animal that I like was elephants. It was something, I love elephants. But one thing about elephants, they know to travel. You know, it's so funny how elephants can remember, they have a memory, but they work together. And when they see like their young stuck, they figure it out and they work together as a family. They herd together. But they know when the weather season changes, they got to walk to wherever the next place is. No different than birds. When the seasons change, they know they have to fly to another place. Some stay around and some flock. It's amazing how me as a human being adapted more to the animals, but it was, at the same time I was afraid of them. Like dogs and cats and stuff. I didn't even like being underneath them. Like, it's like it's weird. It was this weird thing. I think they're cute and adorable, but at the same time it was hard for me to be able to touch them and stuff like that. But I learned from them at the same time. It makes me think of Jungle Book. I think that is Jungle Book. You know how the bear and the little boy that was stranded? That's kind of how it went for me in my life. I learned from the animals. Ain't that amazing? I learned more survival from the animals than the people. I'm out here with y'all, but I'm over here watching how the lions represent. I'm watching how the bears represent. I'm watching how the snakes represent. The dogs represents. The cows represents. The goats represents. I'm learning from animals. I'm learning how the animals, because think about it, there are some animals where as soon as they have the kids on their own, and the parents go off. I had to learn how to survive like that. Ain't it amazing how everything can teach you something if you're really listening and watching? So when it rained outside, what's the difference of a horse? What's the difference of a cow? They don't complain. They just keep going. So whenever I had to go to work or something, I just put my hoodie on and keep it moving. When I felt like there was things that I wasn't sure about and I knew that it wasn't good for me, I thought like a snake. I'm only pop if I have to. So there's times when if life happens and I have to stand up and say something, it might, at the moment, it might poison you. It might do it, but not in a bad way. It's like, my poison is different. It's not even poison. It's like, I'm giving you something to let you know don't bother me. But the thing about it is, you got the antidote. Because my energy inside of you can self-heal. You don't need to go to the hospital to go and get a shot. I'm already giving it to you. You understand? It's like that. It's like a cat. You know, a cat, they say they got 9 lives. So I said, well, if a cat can jump and don't worry about the fall, why I can't take a leap of faith in my life? If I believe that I deserve something, then why I'm scared to jump for it? I'm going to keep watching everybody else fall, because at the end of the day, that may not be their destiny, but it's mine. So I take that leap of faith and jump. No different than a dog. I had to learn that sometimes, you walk out here and you can be pleasant and stuff, but don't mess with me, because I might growl at you. It's like that. I learned from the animals, no different than a butterfly. Every time when I learn something new, I come into my little cocoon. I get to myself, absorb what I see, and find a way to alchemize the energy so I can be able to go out and show myself that I can do it. See, when it comes to a butterfly, it's a caterpillar and that moves slow, that eats little by little. So every day I learn something more. I learn. And when I get full off that learning, I come into my place, my safe haven, and I think about what I learned and figure out, how can I turn this into my own design and craft? How can I do that? So when I come up here and do my videos, that's why my videos look the way it is. Look at me now. Now you can see a butterfly. This is the head. When you look at my description, that's my wings. Ain't it beautiful? To sit back and see how my wings are so beautiful, but every single video, you get to see a new set of wings. The colors, the transitions, everything has its own beauty to it. You understand? I became a worm. Look at me now. You can see a worm. Where I sat back and know that sometimes I have to be in the ground, because you got different ones. I be in the ground. But I know some people going to pick on me, and then they're going to try to feed me to other fish or other birds. I allow it. I don't be afraid to be picked on. Because at the end of the day, long I'm feeding something to the people, it don't bother me. You understand? Because now they're getting more knowledge. Because even when you pick on me, guess what? You're reading the book. Now you will get an understanding of life. So even if you might think it's funny today, you get knowledge tomorrow. It's just all about when you receive it. It's that. You understand? I'm gonna call it what it is. Sometimes I could be that roach, that pest. Can't get rid of it. It's like, Dad, did she ever die? It's like, she ever get it? Like, where the heck? Now it's a bunch of us out here now being pests, but not in a bad way. It's like you want to get rid of us, but at the same time, you know you need us. Because we're the only ones that can survive through the disasters and the pain and the trials and the tribulations. It's like that. No matter if everybody else go away, we always going to be here. So when you come back, you can still remember us. It's like that. It's like that. I'm looking like it as jellyfish, just like a jellyfish. Sometimes, whenever I say things, it might shock you. But for some reason, you keep going right back in the water. Many keep pulling up my videos. Because even if you don't love me, even if you hate me, you still love me for some reason. Because you need that little shock in your life to help you to realize you're still alive. And sometimes it stings you that you have like a mark on it. Because when you get those stings, you realize that you need to be healed. And it's like if it opens up those wounds that you didn't know you had. It's like that. So, I just got tired of being the horse. Everybody trying to ride me. So I had to run away. That was the only problem. That's the only thing. Everybody was trying to ride me. So I ran away. And I realized that I don't need to be in somebody's stable to run a race. I can be wild and free. Because no matter how y'all looking at me through this world of zoos, no one can stop what I do. Because as long as I understand all the animals in the world, I can be whatever I want to be. And I don't care. On that note, y'all have a blessed day.